to our next story. The United Nations says more than 1.8 million people have now fled Sudan due to conflict there. Conflict in Sudan is threatening to expand, with fighting heating up. Many are now in South Sudan, Egypt, Chad, Ethiopia, where they are in desperate need of humanitarian aid. DD India's Patrick Oyet reports from South Sudan's capital, Juba.
Fighting between Sudan Armed Forces and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces is continuing in Sudan. Every day, more Sudanese people are crossing into other countries fleeing violence at home.
Indiscriminate attacks that are killing, injuring and terrorizing civilians could amount to war crimes and crimes against humanity. Aid convoys have been targeted, humanitarian personnel and warehouses have been attacked, women and girls are subject to rampant sexual violence, and meanwhile, the impact of the conflict is spilling across borders. Over 8 million people have fled their homes in search of safety, 1.8 million to neighboring countries.
The East African regional body, known as Intergovernmental Authority on Development, says the only way out of the conflict is through a negotiated settlement.
We hope, as IGAD, that also we are working on that issue to solve that problem so that the region is at last peaceful and could concentrate instead of solving conflicts, solving their economic development, building infrastructure, building peace, and working also together for an economic integration of the region.
IGAD has appointed a South Sudanese lawyer to head the mediation team for the Sudan process. One South Sudanese political analyst says South Sudan is in a better position to head the search for peace for Sudan.
IGAD need to make use of this position of a stalemate as a way of bringing the parties together so that there is going to be an aspect of resolving this problem. Or else, if there is not going to be that possible, then there is possibility of a long civil war that is going to affect Sudan. And that thing will have a very big impact on South Sudan.
There are more than 4 parallel peace processes for Sudan now. IGAD is leading one process. The US and Saudi Arabia are heading another one. There is also a Libyan-Turkish process and an effort led by Egypt and Chad known as Neighbors of Sudan.
We are with the resolution of the IGAD, and if the IGAD changes its position, then it will sit again and decide what to do.
Violence erupted in Sudan in April last year, and up to now there is still no clear plan to end the fighting. The Intergovernmental Authority on Development, the African Union, and the United Nations mission in South Sudan are urging members of the international community to speak with one voice, harmonize the peace processes, and find durable peace for Sudan. Patrick Oyet in Juba, reporting for DD India.